Buenos dias and welcome back to another video, my friends. I hope you're staying healthy and I hope that you're staying safe wherever you are in the world. Today on the channel, I want to compare the image quality on the Canon EOS R6, the R, and the RP. And the lens that I'll be using on all of the cameras will be my favorite kit lens in the world, and that is the RF 24-105 f4 lens. And I'll be showing the images on the screen for comparison for each of the shots for each of the cameras. As well, at the end of the video, I'll also be showing a printed version from each of the cameras, but one image that was the same for all the cameras, and I'll be printing that image out to 16 by 20. Let's take a look at some camera details. The Canon EOS R6 was first released in 2020. It has a 20 megapixel sensor and it is a full frame mirrorless camera. Now let's take a look at the Canon EOS R. It was first released in late 2018. It comes in at a 30 megapixel sensor and it is also a full frame mirrorless camera. And last but not least, let's talk about the Canon EOS RP. It was released in 2019 and it comes in with a 26 megapixel sensor. And it is also a full frame mirrorless camera. So do megapixels even matter? The answer to that is yes and no. Now I say this because it all depends on what you're actually going to do with the image that you created. Are you going to put it on social media? Are you going to put it online somewhere else? Or are you going to print it? That's really going to tell you how you're going to actually utilize the image you created. Because if you're just putting it on social media, it isn't going to matter all that much, to be honest, because of the compression that the different websites and the online services put on all of the content that we put on and upload to social media. Now for prints, it's literally a matter of perspective. Because if you were to blow an image up to billboard size, you don't view billboard images right up front. You would find that if you were 1 or 2 feet away from the billboard, that it actually isn't very high quality. However, most of the billboards that we view are from hundreds of feet away. And if you are hundreds of feet away, you actually view that image and you might call it a quality image. Usually they're pretty clear because they're meant to be that way from a far viewing distance. So that's what you have to keep in mind when you're going to print something, is how long of a view space you're going to actually view the actual image from. Now take for example an image I shot 2 summers ago on this very camera, the Canon EOS R. It's a 30 megapixel camera and I shot an image of Crater Lake, which is out in Oregon, and I blew that image up to a 20-inch by 60-inch panorama, and I really feel it turned out fantastic. It really came out a really nice image and it was quality through and through. So I mentioned quality, and what I mean by that is the higher the resolution, the higher the quality. So yes, the higher the megapixels, the more megapixels there are in that length and width of the image, the more resolution you're actually going to have. But don't let it be the only thing you think about when you go to either make photos or print them, because what it comes down to get a quality image is composition, the lens, the sensor itself, and many other factors. So know that the gold standard for printing is 300 ppi or pixels per inch. So that is a good standard to have in terms of printing, but it doesn't really mean that much when you're uploading to, let's say, Instagram. I'm going to take a few images, one with each camera, all with the 24-105 lens on it, and we'll post those on the screen, and you can kind of compare them that way. Everybody, I am psyched. We are back in the studio. Thanks for hanging with me on this video. I have all three prints here. This is the Canon EOS R, this is the R6, and right in front of me is the RP image. And it's not going to do it justice here on the video to show you, but right in front of me, these images are spectacular. All 16 by 20. This is the R. I chose the T-Shop to print because I felt like it had the most detail and depth to it, because you can see really right inside and into the shop. And ladies and gentlemen, like I said in the video, just having the depth at which you're going to, or the length at which you're going to view these images, just spectacular. I don't know what else to say. It's just going to be hard to really show you here on video, but I think the bottom line is that you just have to go out, select the camera that you want, especially these days, whether it be a Canon camera, a Sony camera,
a Fuji camera, a Nikon, whatever the brand is, get the camera with the specifications that you want and don't turn your back, and learn that camera inside and out. And that's what I'm doing with the Canon EOS R and the R6. Like I said in many other videos in the past, in my videos on why I chose the Canon EOS R6, and that was mainly to be my main video shooter, and that's what it's doing right here, right now. And more often than not, I'm going to use it as my main video shooter. Will I shoot stills on it every now and again? Absolutely. Have I been doing it to review the camera a little bit? Absolutely. But most of the time, it's going to be doing what it's doing right now, and that's filming me, and that's what I bought it for. And the R itself, it's just a beast of a camera. So whether you're shooting 20 megapixels, whether you're shooting 26 megapixels, whether you're shooting 30 megapixels, if you want to print fairly large, now this isn't obviously a 20 by 60, but this is just one image, one shot on the RP right here, and honestly, it is spectacular. It looks really, really good, everybody. I mean, I'm just at a loss on how to show you that outside of the images digitally, but I would suggest if you're going to print your work, make sure that you work on your composition, work on making sure you have the right lens, and just remember to crop with your feet rather than the focal length of the lens, because then you'll get more out of the actual image in terms of megapixels and resolution and so on and so forth. So, can you print big on any one of these cameras? I believe so. This is pretty big, 16 by 20. And I really think that you can do that with most any camera. I hope you enjoyed this video. If it gave you any value or you just enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. It means more than you know. Please subscribe if you're not part of the Buenos Dias Imagery family. I'd love to have you as part of this family, and we are really gaining momentum as of late, and I appreciate all of you. Please comment down below and chat with me. Do you print your images, or do you mostly post them on social media? Let me know what the percentage is out there on that, and then finally ring that bell to notify you of new videos when they are posted. All right, you guys, I had fun on this one. I hope you did too. I love y'all. Peace. One more thing I forgot to mention, if you're still with me, in the description down below, I did leave the 3 raw files of these images. I had to crop in a little bit on the program to get these to fit on 16 by 20. However, you will get the full raw files so you can download them, edit them, print them however you want, and kind of do your own comparison. So again, I'll mark them as the R, the R6, and the RP files, the T-Shop, we'll call it. All right, that's it. Check it out down below. Download them. Have some fun.